All right, welcome back. I wonder where Hickox has gone. He was in his seat just a minute ago. All right, so
I
we're going to be
apologize. I was gonna go fix me a cup of coffee.
no problem. All right, welcome back, guys. So today we're going to be diving right into a specific conversation that has been making the rounds. You know, people have been watching ICE agents under the Trump administration getting relentlessly attacked and called racist and Nazi and every evil name in the book. And one of the questions that keeps coming up is how come they didn't say that about Obama when Obama's ICE essentially was reported as deporting more people than Trump's ICE deported. So these are the kinds of things that keep coming up. And Hickox and I were having a conversation last night, and he said, "Hey, I found a few things that are damning, and I think you should see them." And I'm like, "Hey, let's just do it for tomorrow's live stream." So here we are. So we're going to open up with this video. So today, Obama praised people for attempting to stop ICE from doing its job. But when he was running for president in 2008, Obama slammed Bush for not doing more to stop illegal immigration. The divider in chief is such a fraud. And that's coming from the X account Maze. So let's watch this video. This is 2008, guys. Okay. So this is not made up. Let's watch Obama in his own words.
This administration, the Bush administration, has done nothing to control the problem that we have. We've had 5 million undocumented workers come over the borders since George Bush took office. It has become an extraordinary problem. And the reason the American people are concerned is because they are seeing their own economic position slip away. And oftentimes, employers are exploiting these undocumented workers. They're not paying the minimum wage. They're not observing worker safety laws. As president, I will make sure that we finally have the kind of border security that we need. That's step number one. Step number two is to take on employers. Right now, an employer has more of a chance of getting hit by lightning than be prosecuted for hiring an undocumented worker. That has to change. They have to be held accountable. Start shedding some light on the problem, and we can once again be a nation of laws and a nation of immigrants. That's what I intend to do as president of the United States.
Yeah. So, Hickox, doesn't that sound like everything that Trump has been saying for the last 10 years?
Yes, and it's actually the exact same thing that Trump ran on. Obama's words verbatim whenever he was running for office. Oh.
I'm with you. I'm listening.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought No, I was listening to you. Go on.
I thought that my mic wasn't working, but yeah, absolutely.
Oh, no,
So I actually did some digging, and yeah, it was. Believe it or not, during Obama's administration, there was liberal Democrats within Congress that was pushing for Obama to halt 11.3 million deportations with an executive order, and Obama told them no, that it was illegal.
So wait, I'm sorry. Did you say Republicans were asking or Democrats were asking?
Democrats were asking. Liberal Democrats.
And Obama said, because I wanted to be clear because because it's like because here's what we're used to. All right, here's what we're used to. When a sitting president goes left, the opposition has to go right, and that's what we've been accustomed to with this current presidency. But you're having Obama having to tell his own side that signing a provision to allow illegal immigrants to remain in the country is illegal.
Yeah. Let's see here. During Obama's presidency, now this is coming from Copilot because, again, I did a lot of digging like that. I can't share my screen because I actually have other work on here that is kind of private.
Yeah.
But what Copilot has said is, during Obama's presidency, liberal Democrats pressured him to halt deportations for roughly 11 million undocumented immigrants. Obama refused, saying he did not have the legal authority to do that by executive order. This shows that the Democratic Party current anti-deportation stance is not rooted in Obama-era policy. It's a post 2016 identity shift.
Yeah.
So, and here's the funny part. So again, with digging this, whenever Trump came out and was saying the exact same thing, the reason why the Democrats went so far left is because the old Democrats, right, the Democrats of the old Democratic Party,
Yeah.
shifted right.
Oh. And Trump was part of that group that shifted right.
Say that one more time.
I said Trump was part of that group that shifted right because Trump
Yes,
was
because
like
Trump was a old Democrat.
Yes, he was.
And that was one of the issues that even Trump was talking about before he ever switched parties, was because you had these liberal and progressive Democrats within the party trying to change the party's identity altogether. Now, whenever Trump started running and literally expressing the same views as Obama, right?
Yeah.
That majority voter, right? So let me see here, because let's see. In Obama's own words during that time, I am not president. I mean, I am president, not a king. I cannot suspend deportations for millions by executive order, and Congress must change the law if they want that.
Which is exactly the same thing that Tom Homan has been saying.
And here's the funny part. Let's see, where was it? Because I actually had a breakdown of the Democratic Party that switched over, and you would, yeah, all right. So the Democrat coalition after 2012 shifted over, right?
Yeah.
So, oh wait, no, that was the actual one for, where was it? Oh, I was digging through this deep, and Copilot just doesn't have like a way to actually be able
to recall all the stuff you've been doing.
Oh no, it recalls. I've used this for many things, especially some of my projects, my personal projects.
Yeah.
But it was talking about like the unions and rural voters
Yeah.
switched over. And so so they lost a good majority. Let me oh wait, yeah, it's right here. Working class moved over to Republican. Rural were moved to Republican. Union households were split. College educated urban voters, so city college people, right?
Yeah.
They moved further Democratic because, well, the Democrats have a tight hold into the education system.
Yeah.
The advocacy groups, so again, the liberal Democrats that were in the Obama's Congress, that was the Hispanic caucus, believe it or not.
Mm.
And immigration activists moved over. So whenever Trump came out and started saying the exact same thing as Obama, the people realized that, hey, yeah, Trump was a Democrat, but he's moving over here because this party is not doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're failing us, right?
Yeah.
And so they started switching over. Well, I think they ended up losing like 60 to 70% of their base. They were in a disaster free fall. So they had to switch over, right?
Yeah.
So they switched over to the libertarians, right? And progressives. And that's where I went even further, right? As the example I used is the Democrats are sitting in a castle, but their foundation is built out of toothpicks. If you actually look at the Democrat Party, which I actually pulled up the stats as well, believe it or not, there's only like 25% of the Democratic Party that actually support Democrat policies. 25%. The rest of them are ones that are, uh, what's the word? They were raised in Democratic households,
Okay.
or the ones that are in spite of Republicans. They vote blue no matter who.
Yeah.
So if
So,
you,
75% of the party essentially is made up of people who are low information voters.
and I would have to say that it's even less than that, because we know that there's a good majority of it that is fraudulent votes or illegal voters.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to say it's even the party their percentage that actually knows what the policies are. Because if you actually look at this, right, when was the last time the Democrats actually did something for the population as a whole in the United States?
Maybe never. It's
If
always for someone else in a different country who's struggling, who's suffering, and if we don't do anything about it, we're evil. I think that's the picture I get from their position, anyways.
Well, you're gonna be shocked, because if I read that correctly, let's see, where was it? Because it was massive. Yeah, the old Democratic Party was the only ones that actually did anything for the country as a whole, right?
Mm-hmm.
The last time something was passed by Democrats that actually benefited everybody was between the 1930s and the 1970s.
Wow.
Everything else, if you with Medicaid, right? The
Yeah.
CARE Act, with the computer chips, stuff like that, that only helps a very small group. And why is that? That's because that's, again, with their voters that actually pay attention to the policies, they're the ones that are telling the Democrats what needs to go on. So they're handing out basically a cupcake to these groups, saying that it's a banquet. Like, I'm not even kidding. I went through it, and I'm like, I wanted to see, like, what has the Republicans done? Because I like to sit on the fence. I like to be the devil's advocate and see which side has done anything.
Yeah.
The Democrats have failed to do anything successfully for America. The only thing that they've done has benefited small minority groups and illegals.
All right. So let's circle back to the switch
Okay.
because people feel very unconvinced that the conversations that we're having around ICE, immigration, deportation, and President Trump's position, Steve Miller, and everyone who's online who's essentially saying that the country has gone insane with its immigration policy with respect to letting in millions and millions of people into the country and putting them on welfare that citizens should be enjoying. Okay. But they're calling it out, and anyone who happens to be white who talks about it in that light is called a racist. Or if you're black and you call it out, you're called a turncoat, a bootlicker, a coon. They call you names because they try to make it sound like talking about immigration is racist. And I want to play something real quick. I was doing some research and I ran into a name, Pat Buchanan. And Pat Buchanan was running for president in.
I actually think I just saw a video on him, so this is going to be wild if it's the same one I just saw.
Yeah. So now you know that 2 days ago or yesterday I told you that I was working on a video. I was working on a video on Pat Buchanan's policies, his America First policies, and how they resemble Trump's policies. Now, I've put the video on hold for now, but I might go back to it. So while I was watching the video, this was his presidential campaign announcement in 1996. Now, we're not going to play the whole thing. I want you to watch out for what happens at the beginning of his speech. Now, this is 1996, guys.
Definitely tell with the hairstyle.
Now, wait for it. Wait for it.
It is good to be back home again.
Wait for
Let me
it.
first introduce my wife, Shelley, whom you all know, and my sister, Bay. What are we doing? Calm down, everyone. Calm down. You should step back up. You should step up behind me. No need to be sorry, my friends. They're not from New Hampshire, my friends. They don't represent the people of New Hampshire.
So, if you watch this speech, is this the speech or the video you were talking about?
No.
Okay. So maybe I'll give you the link in the Discord. So I was watching this to kind of have a feel of the similarities because it was recommended that because I said I was going back to doing the regular videos I do on the main channel, because what I do on the main channel is do a historical comparison between present day policies and actions of politicians or popular people, and try to connect it with something that's historical and say, if this was going on all the way back when, is it connected to what's going on today? And this video or this campaign was recommended, and I wanted to listen to the speech. And his speech essentially covered, let me say, a large portion of the speech covered the things that President Trump has been saying for 10 years about manufacturing, about the border, about undocumented migrants. He even mentioned an incident where an undocumented migrant without a license struck and killed several Americans. I was listening to this speech and it's like, this is 1996, but it sounds like 2026.
Yeah.
And then it's complete with the psychos jumping up and calling you racist because you want America to be put first. Now, I wanted us to circle back to this situation.
Another point to point out too is the people that was jumping up there, if I'm correct, they were Jewish.
I would say they dress Jewish. Okay, like I listened to. Hold on, let me see if I can skip back to.
It was
to that incident. Yes, it's a bit. It's there. You know. Okay, let's. I'll skip back a little so you can see the yarmulke. Okay, so sometimes, like now, Jewish people Jewish people have been involved in a lot of left-leaning movements. Karl Marx was Jewish. In fact, communism was created by a Jew. Okay, they have a hand in, and I'm not saying as a tribe or as a country. I'm saying that you have people of Jewish descent who are connected to some of these policies that are really destructive to society. So whenever we even talk about Judeo-Christian values, those Jews don't fit into those values because they want something very different. And if you read the Bible, you'll find that Jews and God have a very, very funny relationship. You have God always telling them, look, don't do this. And they're like, oh, that thing? Okay, we're going to do that thing. So it's a weird relationship between God, the Jews, and the Bible. Like, it's a very transparent book, and it shows us who they can be when they choose to walk in rebellion. Now,
I just wanted to point something out because I had to do a quick research on it. So we know that the Democratic Party was the contributing factor to the Klan being created, correct?
Yep.
So the KKK was also targeting the Jewish community along with minorities,
which is crazy. It's almost like and Jews are very well, at least for a long time, were overwhelmingly Democrat. Okay, Jews run Hollywood, Jews run New York, but now they're having a bit of a tiff with the Islamist mayor because so they're having a real issue right now, with Mamdani. Now, but back to what I was trying to say. Now, the question that I have, the title of the live stream and the thumbnail point to the fact that, I think that the Democrats who essentially decided to pander further left were tricked. That's how it feels. And you keep seeing them falling for the tricks, or let me say the moves that President Trump makes. President Trump pushes them. And he's like I have this picture in my head where Trump is in the Oval and he says to Susie Wiles, he says, "Yo, Susie, check this out, Trump 2028," and then everybody goes, "Wow, oh, he's here." Okay, and he says, "For my next trick, I'm going to make them root for the terrorists." And then he goes after the Ayatollahs and the mullahs in Iran, and then they all come out who are pro Iran, pro IRGC. You have them going to mourn him at the funeral, and it's like, what else can I do to show that these guys don't know what they're doing? And the thing is, every time Trump goes left, they jump right. Like, it's almost like they have a policy of just opposing every single thing that President Trump does. So is it that they were tricked into rooting for mass migration, and then now Obama is painted into a corner where he's forced to essentially root for the thing that he said he was against back in 2008?
Let me clarify on that, because I actually had to dig into that as well. I wanted to see what Obama, see if he has said anything about the deportations. The only thing that I could find Obama has said was his dislike of the actions of ICE against American citizens, the ones that wanted to try and harm ICE agents, right?
Yeah.
So I clarified it to try and see, has Obama said anything about the Democrats who are supporting deportations? Crickets. He has not said a word. If you actually look at any of his speeches, right?
Yeah.
Whenever he was supporting Kamala Harris, it wasn't about immigration. It was more about race. What was it? We need the black people to come together to support one of our own.
Yeah.
nothing about immigration. So I started again digging in on it, and that's because Obama, his legacy was set in stone. He had already told the liberal Democrats, no, I can't do something that's illegal. So if he was to try and go against them right now, that would, or not go against them, but support them in their actions, it would destroy his legacy. And I mean, he just put up that horrible looking presidential library. Um, but yeah, he can't agree or disagree because he's still supporting the Democrats, but he can't agree with them because that would destroy his legacy. So what's the better option? Keep his mouth shut.
But in, I think during his speech, during the opening of his library, he did say some words that were in opposition to ICE, immigration enforcement.
Yeah, it's about ICE, right? It's about the immigration enforcement of it, but it's nothing about keeping illegals here instead of deporting them.
Yeah.
That's because it goes against what it is. Even on record, even though that it's on record that he is deporter in chief, he has the highest number. However, even that is off for the simple fact that most of his deportations on record were turnaways at the border.
Yeah. So essentially the press were the ones who gave him that pet name. It was a pet name. It was given to him affectionately because they were like, oh, we, the press, back the president. And if the president is against mass illegal immigration, we're against mass illegal immigration. And we affectionately call him the deporter in chief because, hey, he's the commander in chief, deporter in chief, get it? But with Trump, you have them screaming and frothing at the mouth and saying Nazi, Gestapo, and so on. Now, let me see if I have. Well, here is the press grilling Obama's press secretary. In 2016, Obama's press secretary is asked about reports that during immigration raids, ICE agents were storming into houses, going room to room looking for illegals and making children tremble with fear. I thought only fascist presidents do that sort of thing. Why was the press so civil? Why weren't they crying or at least calling Obama a Nazi? How come nobody was shaving their head in protest? Surely there were a bunch of angry white liberal wine moms outside the building screaming at the top of their lungs, right? Always keep in mind how fake and performative the outrage is. So let's listen to this exchange. This is 2016 Obama era. This is not Trump's White House, okay? Because when they say Trump is dragging families out of bed and, terrorizing children, they pretend like they weren't there when the same ICE agents, led by a team that included Tom Homan, did the exact same thing. And they were just fine with it because Obama was the one doing it. Let's watch this.
Josh, there have been reports that the Department of Homeland Security and ICE have begun removal operations, I think what they're calling it, others are calling it raids, against Central American families who came across the border illegally over the past year and a half. And some of the reports suggest that, families, the Los Angeles Times quoted a woman saying that her family in Georgia, ICE agents came in, looked room to room, woke up her own kids. They were shaking with fear. Wondering if the administration can confirm that those operations have begun and whether the White House has had input directly with DHS about how those operations should be handled and whether there are any concerns about striking fear into the communities, including those who may be here legally, living with some of these other folks as these are carried out.
Mm-hmm. David, for individual operations, I'd refer you to the Department of Homeland Security, and they can discuss with you individual operations that were carried out. What I can tell you is that the Department of Homeland Security has prioritized the cases of recent arrivals, individuals who recently crossed the border into the United States without proper documentation. And those, again, based on public statements, including a statement that was recently issued by the Secretary of Homeland Security, were the nature of the operations that were carried out over the last several days. This is consistent with the kinds of priorities that the president himself has talked about.
The president himself talked at all about, with the Department of Homeland Security, about sort of the way these operations are conducted and the tone that they're taking with, and the way that they look for the immigrants and round them up.
Well, obviously, in terms of setting policy, the White House and the Department of Homeland Security have had discussions about some of these matters, but ultimately, when it comes to enforcement issues, those are decisions that are made by law enforcement professionals.
So, nothing about Obama being a terrorist, a racist, nothing about ICE being his secret police or Gestapo, nothing about disappearing people off the streets, nothing about unmarked vehicles showing up and abducting people and kidnapping American citizens. Okay.
Oh, another thing too, again, with the whole Haiti issue, right?
Yeah.
I don't understand where Democrats don't understand that TPS stands for temporary protective status. Temporary
Keyword is
the
temporary.
keyword. Yes. And it's here's what's mind-boggling, right?
Yeah.
How about the Haitian TPS was established January 12th of 2010 under Obama. After an earthquake. It's been 16 years, over 16 years.
Yeah.
And that was only supposed to have lasted a couple months just to give people breathing room, a way to be able to recover, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And even now, all right, so the Democrats say that Haiti isn't a safe place. They don't have doctors. They don't have anything like that. It's a horrible place to live. Yet they're screaming about us getting rid of the Haitians that have become doctors or really any type of profession here in the United States that could help them to go back and actually build up their country. Like how that's humanitarian, isn't it? I mean, we open up our borders for people to come over here, learn certain skills, and they could take those back home because we've got one of the best education systems in the world. And yeah, but that's a bad thing.
look, the problem we're having with the way politics and issues are discussed. Guess who's in the chat?
Hey, Tony.
The problem, Tony just finished reading the Fauci emails.
I haven't got to those yet. No spoilers.
No spoilers yet. Maybe we'll talk about those tomorrow. Let's talk about those tomorrow. All right. Yeah, he's such a good person. He's such a good person. One of the problems that I have with the way politics and issues are discussed today is that it's done in a very dishonest way. Is disingenuous. It's like if you're going to discuss anything that makes my guy look bad, okay, I'm going to call you a bigot for raising that issue. I'm going to call you Satan for bringing up something that happens to be true that needs to be cleared up before we move forward. And that's why conversations around politics are so exhausting. Like it's exhausting because we've all been conditioned to recognize authorities. Okay, we're born into the world, then we're handed off to the school system, the educational system, and the educational system tells us, hey, there's a group of people that you don't talk back to. There's a group of people you have to believe because it's for your protection and your safety, and they are the experts. And then we've grown up to not question the experts. But when the experts are telling us to our face that what we're seeing with our own eyes is a lie, And we're like, fire burns. And they're like, no. Don't believe the heat and the pain you feel. No. That's not real. We've all snapped out of that stupor. And now we can see that the experts that we were told to believe have been lying to us for a long time. And we're watching the news and we're watching these guys argue about Haiti. And they're like, don't send the people who can help Haiti rebuild back. Let's not even talk about how the United States can provide the support to allow Haiti get back on its feet. So let's say the temporary protected status is going to be removed in 6 months. The conversation should be, how can we as the United States support these people who are about to be sent back to their country? But that's not the conversation that's being had. The conversation is, anyone who wants these guys to be kicked out of the United States is a racist. They're evil people. They are the devil, and they should be attacked in the street. There's no conversation around solutions. It's all about, oh, here's something that Trump is about to do. Let's say it's bad, and let's call him a Nazi for attempting to protect the United States. The thing that you and I continue to see, and those of you who are watching, we continue to see the hypocrisy of these sorts of conversations where the people who claim that they have the best interests of everyone at heart continue to push insane policies that are so destructive to the United States and, by extension, the world. So I know I've said a lot, but politics and conversations like this are so tiring because the solutions are obvious to people like you and I who aren't in high office. We're not in office. But why is it so difficult for the people who have the power to enforce some of these things to simply do their job?
Well, I've got something even more interesting for you, and this just happened. I believe it was yesterday. It might have been the day before, but yesterday is whenever I got the information as well. I'm going to be sending this link to you. It is for a DHS director of statistics who was fired for altering the deportation stats.
Okay, I'm bringing that up. I'm bringing.
I don't have X, so this is the best way to be able to show it.
yeah. So here it is. From the Morse report, DHS Statistics Director removed amid deportation data scrutiny. Mark Rosenblum, another Jew, DHS Director of Statistics, has been fired. Now, please. Look, I'm already in trouble with YouTube. So I need to pause. I need to pause. Like every time, like sometimes I'm laying in bed and I'm like, did I just destroy my 2 YouTube channels? Because over the last 3 or 4 months, I just took the cork off the bottle and just let it rip. Like I've been saying stuff that I usually would just say, okay, I'm not going to say this because I want to be a good boy. But
listen, I am not a good boy. This dude looks like a total creep. All right, I'm gonna put that out there. YouTube overlords, please dismiss what he has to say. I am not a part of his channel. I am just viewing. He is creepy.
You're still saying it on my channel. So Mark Rosenblum, DHS Director of Statistics, has been fired following a lawsuit demanding detailed interior deportation numbers. The move aligns with efforts to ensure transparent and accurate reporting on immigration enforcement outcomes. So these are the experts who are just lying to us. They are lying to us.
And apparently his alterations wasn't just something that was like a speck of rice. No, he was doing massive alterations and he ended up getting caught.
Tony sent me a link. Maybe we'll look at it later. It's someone. It's a 19-minute video. We'll see how much we can look at it. Did we say we're going to look at it? Okay, so this is still on Fauci. So I'm gonna hold off on this until we exhaust our conversation on the immigration bit. Then maybe what we might
that's
do.
a possibility. Democrats have really set that bar really high for us to get over it.
Yeah, so I'm going to save this video, Tony, and then we're going to talk about the Fauci emails tomorrow. We're going to talk about the Fauci emails tomorrow because, first of all, I'm not Asmund Gold. I can't stream for 5 hours to start with. And second of all, we need to kind of drill into this conversation because I still have conversations. I still have conversations with my own wife. Okay, I'm married to a normie. She doesn't spend time looking at the news like I do. I've been watching this for over 10 years. And all she wants to do is make sure the kids are okay. Are the bills paid? She wants to get a better job. Like those are the things that regular people want. They don't want to look out into the real world because it's too scary. It's too scary to just pull back the blinds and just take a peek at what it's like, out there. So I'm having a conversation, with her, and there are questions about why is Trump enforcing the H-1B visa restrictions? Okay, we have friends who are affected. Why is he enforcing strict immigration policies? We have family who are affected. And I'm like, look, I have to walk her through the logic of all of this, okay? And I always like to use the description of a family, a home, and strangers. If you have homeless people randomly break into your house, and then you're being told by onlookers that you're an evil person for kicking them out or calling law enforcement to remove them from your house, okay, does that make sense? Do you want to bring in a homeless person to sleep in the same room with our daughter? Okay, a guy sleeping in the same room with our daughter because you're trying to be compassionate? No. Do you want to subject yourself to being called a racist for saying that a person who assaults your child after they broke into your home shouldn't be kicked out? But you have these federal judges who do everything in their power to make sure that these people stay in the country. Does that make sense? Like, you continue to ask these very common sense questions. And the sad thing is that these people don't want to have a common sense conversation around these policies. They don't. And that's the frustrating thing. And why is that? It's all because of politics. It's all because of the optics, but mostly because of the politics. If this makes this other guy look bad, then, we're going to keep saying it over and over again. I see the link you just sent.
Yeah, so I wanted to point this out for you. The Trump administration is using a court that hasn't been used. It's a position. There's judges on the bench, but it never gets used.
It's been the court has been dormant since it was created in 1996. And is it safe to bet? Is it safe to bet that it is fully staffed, and there are people who show up every day or don't show up every day since COVID, and they're on a payroll, and they've been on a payroll for 30 years.
Well, here's the one thing I want to point out. If you actually scroll down and read the first line, because this is Politico, we know how they are, right? What does the first line say about it?
The Trump administration has activated a secretive and never before used legal process to quickly deport foreign nationals deemed to be alien terrorists or their immediate family members.
I love the way you did that. That's exactly how I read it off in my mind. They are trying to demonize a court system that has been around since 1996, but nobody had any use for.
And
that was created
and
before
who was president?
9/11.
Who was president?
If I'm correct, that was Bill Clinton.
Yes. The secretive. Who created it? The Democrats created the secretive and never before used legal process. Like, okay, I'm getting worked up again, and it's hot in here. Okay, special announcement. I told Hickox that someday I'm going to have to do a faceless live stream because I'm going to need to turn these lights off, take my shirt off, and open the windows because it's getting hot over here. Okay, so just a public service announcement. So if you show up on a live stream and all you see and all you see is this, all right, just know that I'm partially in my birthday suit and I need to cool off. So that's why that is. Okay. Yeah. So this, okay. So just go on. You sent me this. So go ahead and lay into it.
Well, it's the fact of the matter, right? That you read it off perfectly, right? They are villainizing this. Yet it was created during the time the Democrats were in office. Yeah. Like anything else that they are demonizing now, it's typically whenever Democrats have put it forward, or they created it.
The laws on the books that authorizes ICE and DHS to do what they're doing today was written by Democrats. So you have people who don't know, and for them, we're charitable to say, okay, guys, you just don't know. But there are other people who know, and they willfully turn around and tell lies. To those people, I call them evil. So you have both parties on the same side, who a group who don't know squat, and the ones who know and are just lying through their teeth and trying to make it look like this secretive and never before used legal process was created by Republicans. Because if you read, I guarantee that this article is going to frame it like it's a right-wing strategy, and it was they're going to frame it in a way that makes it look like this was all right-wing, and and it can be connected to. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to read the first 2-3 paragraphs because they usually bury the lead. All right, so the Justice Department submitted the first ever application to the Alien Terrorist Removal Court, which has lain dormant since it was established by law in 1996. Doesn't mention that it was a Bill Clinton and Democrat-led House and Senate. With little notice earlier this week, the details of the July 15th application are sealed, and an accompanying cover sheet indicates that the substance is classified. The chief judge of the court, U.S. District Judge Joan Erickson, held a sealed hearing on the matter Thursday and subsequently issued an order asking the government to make a more thoughtful application. The government could benefit from the opportunity for more thoughtful consideration, the Minnesota-based George W. Bush appointee wrote in her one-page order. She noted that she had lingering questions about the actions taken by the Justice Department target and how they connect to the laws providing for the removal of alien terrorists. An updated response is due on Wednesday. Now, at this time, this is juicy. Our friendly neighborhood judge, James Bosberg, noted that the existence of the court seems to suggest the administration could not simply deport people it labeled terrorists without involving any court.
Read his statement right below it.
In fact, Congress has an answer for us, doesn't it? Because they created the Alien Terrorist Removal Court, he said. You can always go to the ATRC, which would be a first, but that's what it's there for, right? I don't understand that statement.
Basically, hang on. Basically, he was giving Trump an out. He said it's going to be more difficult if you go this way, but you may want to look over there.
Look. This all feels like comedy. It feels like, and I'll tell you the truth. Okay, I've gone from shock to outrage, and I'm going down the slope of like just being passive, like whatever. And then it's like, okay, let's just look at these clowns and see what they're saying. Because like it's almost like every single time they open their mouth, it's just like these people are lying.
I was about to say, it seems like every time you think that you've finally seen the Democrats hit their bottom, that maybe they'll turn around and go up. No, it just keeps getting deeper and deeper and deeper. You're like, all right, how much more ridiculous are we gonna go?
No, like, hey, guys, we just watched this insanity. This was 30 years ago. Okay, this was 30 years ago. All right, we've gone from this. we've gone from this. We've gone from that to people literally attempting to assassinate a presidential candidate, to people, and we've wait. I need to just make these comparisons because like
here's another one for you as well. Hillary Clinton was also an advocate for closing the border and deportations.
Oh no! I've played her videos. I've played her videos. It's all stupid. Like here's CNN doing a ride along with ICE. All right, and they're having a nice conversation. And
that was 2000. That was in Obama's administration.
This was 2016, and here is someone getting arrested. No one is there. Like, there's no where are the ICE protesters? Where are the ICE protesters? Where are the people ramming ICE vehicles?
You're not going to see those.
Where are they? Like, I'm asking this question. Where are if ICE is so evil, and they're doing exactly the same thing that they're doing today. They did it here, where they roll up, they pick someone up, and this person they picked up was a mistaken. They essentially picked up the wrong person.
Right, and the person honestly knew that it must have been a mistake. What did they do? They immediately turned around, put their hands behind their back.
Oh, and the person gave them the right address. They're like, hey, you want my brother. So here's where he lives. Okay? Like this person literally just gave them the address to where the person stays and says, hey, I have a family to feed. He has to sort his own issues out. Like they did a ride along. And they all through this ride along, do you see any ICE protests? Do you see anyone chucking rocks at ICE agents? Do you see CNN calling them Nazis and racist? You see them glazing ICE and saying how professional they are, and they interview they interview this guy, all right? This guy who looks like a gangster, all right? This guy, all right? And the guy who they interview, I need to get his face. This guy, they interview him, and he tells the reporter, well, I know that ICE is just doing their job.
Smart man.
But today, meet the average guy who is just an immigrant. MSNBC or MS Now, as they've decided to rebrand their name, tells them that that Trump wants to disappear you. And so you have that guy from, which city was that? That was in Maine. The guy who got shot, was it two weeks ago? He sees ICE waving him down, and then he speeds up. So
I don't know. Those stories seem to run hand in hand. I kid you not. Now, this is gonna be a little off topic, but whenever the hurricane came through Georgia, my roof was tore up, so I had to call a roofing company, right?
Yeah.
The only roofing company that would actually answer was one down in Florida, so they came up to Georgia.
Wow.
Well, the crew that they sent out was a bunch of Hispanics, a bunch of Mexican guys, right?
Yeah.
I was very cordial with them. It started raining a bit. I'm like, hey, yeah, put y'all stuff up underneath my carport, right? I'm being very helpful. I kid you not. I'm pretty sure one of the videos of immigration stop here in Georgia was the exact same van and guys that fixed my roof.
They got arrested?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like I'm pretty sure. Like I'm not gonna put the company out there.
Yeah. No, but look, everyone knows that it's happening. Obama himself talked about it in this speech. Okay, he talked about it in this speech.
The prosecutor,
right? He talked about it. I think it's around here. He talked about it.
is to take on employers.
One more second. One more.
Right now, an employer.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, all right. So they're complaining about Trump hiring a lot more ICE agents, right?
Yeah.
If you actually find the video, Obama actually is telling everybody at a rally that he was going to be increasing the ICE officers' numbers.
Yeah.
He was going to be hiring more.
Yeah. Let's see. On Senate floor, disrespect to the law can't pour into the U.S. on the like. I would love to just play these videos. I like to play these videos because people pretend. Like, I would love to just sit down and just play these videos back to back to back. You have Chuck Schumer, you have Nancy Pelosi, you have Hillary Clinton, you have all of the usual suspects saying the exact same thing that Trump is saying today.
Oh yeah, and that video of the Democrat from the whenever he was running for president, that wasn't. I actually heard another story about him, but I can't remember what it is. The one that I actually heard yesterday was what is it? Xavier Becerra, the one running for California governor.
Yeah.
The story has released a whistleblower has come out where he has lost well over 100,000 children.
Oh no! When you raise it, when you raise that question, he begins to scream, well, we're not talking about me. We're talking about the Trump administration. That's his response.
Well, what's funny enough is he said that the bringing illegals in was too slow. That if you took it to a vehicle warehouse, like a manufacturing warehouse, you have to treat immigration like an assembly line.
So this post is saying it has come to light that 56 people died while in ICE custody. This is an Obama era story. The press didn't run. Like, they protected Obama like he was Black Jesus. Like, they refused.
The kids
Let's
in
see.
cages, that came from Obama.
Hold on. I think here's Obama. It says let's see. I don't know. I haven't watched this before, but let's watch this.
We should do it smartly and go after folks who are criminals, gangbangers, people who are hurting the community. Not after students, not after folks who are here just because they're trying to figure out how to feed their families. And that's what we've done.
But that's not what the New York Times has found. It reports 2/3 of those deported under President Obama had committed minor infractions, such as traffic violations, or had no criminal record at all. More than 5,000 children whose parents were removed from the country have ended up in foster care. Each day, reform is delayed, and estimated 1,100 more people are deported.
We should do it.
I've never seen this video, but man.
That's Democrats against the Democrat.
like again and again and again and again and again, you keep seeing in 2010, okay, Don Lemon, okay, the guy who raids churches,
Yep.
you know.
There is fear that a little-known problem will get worse. Americans getting deported. That's right, Americans getting deported. According to a Northwestern University researcher, every year hundreds of Americans are wrongfully forced out of the country.
This is 2010.
You have all of these people being rushed through this system. The system's already overloaded, and Arizona is just simply going to pump more people into that system, including more U.S. citizens. So we're going to see more of these cases emerging. I'm personally familiar with a couple dozen cases like this, but it's really just the tip of the iceberg.
They never name any names. They never call any names. There's just these fictitious American citizens being deported. To where?
That's because it's not Americans.
Exactly.
The vacuum of information is a problem that family members of the people who detained have complained about for years. Now the solution is here online for you.
Thank you, buddy.
Just this Friday, Immigration and Customs Enforcement launched this detainee locator website. People can search by alien registry number or by name to find where an accused illegal immigrant is detained. So as Ace said, if you don't know where your family member is, you can go online and you can find them with either a number. Just go to that site and you can get the information.
So that's 2010, meaning the technology is way better in 2026. But the mainstream media will have you know that they're being disappeared.
Well, I mean, honestly, I don't think they're being disappeared fast enough. I mean, can we get a trebuchet and just start launching people back across the border? Come on, we'll go. We're gonna go medieval style, just poof.
All right, we're 4 minutes over the hour, and I want to be a good boy. So we're gonna come back tomorrow. So Hickox, are you open for tomorrow?
Absolutely.
All right. So tomorrow we're going to be back, and Tony sent us a few videos. So it's safe to say that
I'd actually like it if Tony joined us.
Yeah, I don't know if is Tony here. Is Tony here? I would like him to, yeah, so he has an invite. We're going to talk about the Fauci emails. We're going to see what's going on, what's up. So you guys come prepared, come with your links. And maybe we'll talk a bit on the Discord just to kind of set things up. So guys, if you're watching, thanks for hanging out with us. We just wanted to talk about this because it's an itch that continues coming back. I had this conversation with my wife last night. It's a conversation that keeps coming back again and again. We're being told that Trump and ICE and DHS are disappearing American citizens. Like, the lie continues to perpetrate. And we're a little under 100 days to the midterms. And because the Democrats don't have anything else of substance to talk about, they're going to continue to reload the old lies that have been debunked. But because most of their voters don't listen to anything but MSNBC, CNN, ABC, and NBC, All right. And that's why these outlets did not air Trump's speech, because they can't risk the isolated voters hearing the truth. They can't risk it. All their voters have been siloed off. And if they ever heard the truth of what's going on out there, they would lose the few voters that they do have, who have the ability to think for themselves. Okay, so it's important to understand what's going on. So don't. It's just like Hickok said. It's just like you said. Whenever you think that the Democrats will just realize, okay, this is the bottom of the pit, we have to stop and we have to start figuring out how to climb out of this pit, they just decide that they're going to keep digging deeper. And I think right now there's no coming back from this. For them, there's no coming back from it. They are committed to just digging and digging and digging. And for them, just telling bigger lies is the only strategy they have.
Agreed. Democrat Party is headed straight for destruction.
And it's trying to drag all of us down with it. Well, let's call it a day. We're going to be back tomorrow. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for tolerating our antics. We're going to be back again tomorrow. And then at some point, we're going to resume the Find the Insurrection game that we put on hold for about a week, because we still have over 1,000 clips to go through from the January 6th protests. All right, insurrection, riots, whatever it is you've been told it is. We're looking at the videos to make sure that we've been told the truth. So far, we haven't found the insurrection that we were told happened yet. So at some point, we're going to go back to watching those videos, and Hickox is going to be here as a former corrections officer in law enforcement. He will be able to tell us what's going right and what's going wrong. And he has a trained eye for these things. So that will be very helpful when we do restart that segment. All right. So Hickox, any closing words?
Absolutely. I hope to see everybody tomorrow afternoon. Be safe, everybody.
All right. Be safe. Catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.